Anyway, so somebody sent me this one too, so let's check it out. Red Pen Logic.
Lukewarm. Somebody asked, should Christians celebrate Halloween? This is gonna make a lot of lukewarm Christians mad, but Halloween is demonic. It's crazy that we even have to have this conversation. Listen, this is what the founder of the Church of Satan had to say about Christian parents and Halloween. I'm glad that Christian parents worship the devil at least one night out of the year. He didn't say participate. He didn't say celebrate Halloween. He said worship the devil one night out of the year. It's sad how it's always the lukewarm Christians who are always so quick to defend.
Look at this guy. Look at this. This guy's so bad. What has this guy got on his? Look what he's got on his shirt. You know, it's like one of those things where they take a square and then they turn the square. So there's one square and then another square, and then they form like this 8-pointed star. That's what he's got, and then it's like a face on there, and then this I don't know. This is not good. That's some pagan stuff.
One night out of the year. It's sad how it's always the lukewarm Christians who are always so quick to defend Halloween. Never is it someone who
And he's got the bricks. People are gonna say, "Oh, it's a fireplace, Mike," but he's got the bricks back there. This guy's symbol is also kind of weird with the horns. It's like horns, you know. Pray. I think, therefore, I red pen. I don't know. His background is weird too, but anyway.
actually has a real relationship with Jesus. It's never someone who spends time in the Word and prays. Because why would someone who truly loves Jesus even want to celebrate Halloween? Do you understand that when you put on that cute outfit, you are changing your identity for a night? You are opening doors to demons and giving them legal rights because you wanted to dress up as Ariel. Instead of celebrating, we should be going out on Halloween and be a light and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Halloween stirs up some pretty strong opinions among Christians. Some see it as harmless fun, while others see it as demonic worship. But what if we could find a balanced biblical approach that both challenges where we should disagree and reveals the areas where we might agree? Hey, this is Red Pen Logic with Mr. B. Let's break this one down together. First, this video starts with a bold claim. Halloween is inherently demonic. As evidence, he cites the founder of the Church of Satan. Yes, there is a Church of Satan, claiming kids who dress up and trick or treat are worshiping the devil. One of the challenges to Christians who participate in Halloween is that they don't take the demonic seriously enough. Ironically, the idea that a child dressing in a cute costume and asking for candy opens the door for the demonic doesn't take the demonic seriously. Demons are real. The devil is real. But a 6-year-old dressing up as Ariel from The Little Mermaid and asking her neighbors for candy is not an act of demonic worship, nor does it open her up for being accidentally demon possessed. Also, just because.
So okay, I obviously don't think that any kind of wearing any kind of costume is going to open you up to be demonically possessed. Obviously, we don't believe that. But he says like a kid wearing an Ariel costume. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would just say, like, the Ariel thing is weird. Like, Ariel, I'm sorry, man. If you look at that movie, right? She's, first of all, she's like half naked through most of the thing when she's in the water, right? And then, okay, then she comes out of it, and then he saves her, and she can't talk. Anyway, but you know what? In the story, in the original story, she's like 13. Okay, so the whole thing is weird. It's very super weird. Her father is Triton. It's like a Greek god. You know, it's very, very weird and gross. That whole story and everything. I wouldn't like. I don't know, man. Obviously, I don't have kids and I'm not a parent and stuff, so I don't know what to tell you guys, but I wouldn't let my kid watch Disney Ariel movies. Like I wouldn't watch any of that. And I probably would try to dissuade them. I would let them, they could dress whatever they want, but I would probably tell them not to go dress up as Ariel or anything. This guy right here? Really? That's interesting. Oh, you're talking about the other guy. You're talking about that guy who was sitting beside him, or he was. I know. 3 triangles, right? Oh, that's true. That's interesting. She sells her voice to become human. Yeah, that's true. That's weird. She makes a deal with a witch, right? The whole thing is weird. All the Disney stories, they all promote magic. You promote magic as if it can do something good for you, make your life better somehow. Magic is somehow good. Yeah, it's like some kind of weird pig. It's like weird. The whole thing is weird and gross. Like I personally would not want my kid to be involved in that at all. So anyway, so now this guy's trying to be like, oh well, just let them dress up like whatever they want. It's Halloween, bro. Don't worry, man. I know Halloween really stems from a pagan thing, but not dressing up in costumes and asking for candy summons demons. Yeah, no, it definitely does not summon demons. Definitely does not. But and even the idea that it originated with Sam Hain and stuff, which it probably did, but it's kind of that's also kind of debatable too. But anyway, I don't think you're gonna summon demons by sending your kid out in a costume to go get candy. I'm just saying I think it's weird that he says oh the kid's gonna dress up like Ariel, and we just talked about how Ariel's weird, right? But that people like this think it's harmless fun. It's not harmless fun. It's not okay. It's putting weird ideas in your kid's head, weird ideas that are not biblical. And then look, not all kids dress up like Ariel. Sometimes they dress up like zombies. They dress up like demons. They dress up like the devil. They dress up all kinds of weird stuff. Once again, I'm not saying that's going to summon demons. I'm not saying it's demonic. It's just probably not the best idea for teaching your kid how to live as a Christian.
Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, says something doesn't make it true. After all, Anton LaVey also doesn't believe in literal demonic beings or a literal devil for that matter. On his view, Satan is merely symbolic of individualism and rebellion against authority. My point is that
Anton LaVey, I don't know, man. I mean, first of all, yeah, that stupid quote from Anton LaVey, that's not a reason why you should like the fact that Anton LaVey said that doesn't mean that's not where we get our doctrine from. You know, we don't like listen. Oh, Anton LaVey said that, so now I'm gonna live my Christian life in this way because he said that. That's ridiculous, right? If you look in the Bible and you see something in the Bible that you think maybe that's telling you not to do Halloween, okay, but you don't listen to Anton LaVey. But the idea that Anton LaVey was really an atheist and stuff, I doubt it. I think he really did believe in the devil, but who knows?
really symbolic doesn't make it true. After all, Anton LaVey also doesn't believe in literal demonic beings or a literal devil for that matter. On his view, Satan is merely symbolic of individualism and rebellion against authority. My point is, the Church of Satan isn't the best authority on this issue. Second, he says if you participate in Halloween, then you're a lukewarm Christian who doesn't have a real relationship with Jesus. Wow, that's a really bold claim. It's also absolutely false. Whether or not to participate in Halloween is a conscience issue, not a gospel issue. What I mean is genuine Christians disagree on this. What we need is to avoid the ditch on either side of this topic. On the one extreme, some will say if you participate in Halloween, then you're worshiping the devil and you can't be a Christian. On the other extreme, some will say if you don't participate in Halloween, then you must be some kind of religious weirdo because Halloween is nothing to be concerned about. Both extremes are mistaken. Halloween does have a dark side. If you're using Halloween as an opportunity to glorify death or engage in the occult, like communicating with spirits, then you are doing something evil. However, the vast majority of
isn't that like everywhere in Halloween? Like, I mean, you might dress up as something that you think is like not death related, right? You might dress up as like you dress up as an angel, okay, and then you go to a Halloween party. And it's like all these women dressed like complete, like, excuse me, sluts. And then you get all these guys that are, everybody's getting drunk and stuff. And then, well, maybe you not even go to a Halloween party. Maybe you're just going trick-or-treating, right? So you're dressed up as an angel. You're going trick-or-treating. And then everybody else is dressed up on all this weird stuff, you know? One guy's dressed up as an astronaut. One guy's dressed up as a zombie. One guy's like a demon. One guy's like Ariel from Little Mermaid. It's like, bunch of weird stuff, man. I'm not saying, like, once again, I really don't think it's a big deal if you send your kid to go trick-or-treating. There's nothing wrong with that, and I don't think they're going to get attacked by demons, but I do think the holiday is a little bit weird. I've heard stories that Anton LaVey knew how to astrally project and that he died after he failed to reunite his soul back to his body while astrally projecting. Not sure if it's true though. I don't know. That sounds a bit far fetched, but I did hear that he supposedly admitted to believing in God on his deathbed, but that's probably also fake. But anyway, whatever. I highly doubt that this guy was atheist, Anton LaVey. Highly doubt it.
People simply aren't doing any of that. But Tim, doesn't Halloween have pagan origins and therefore Christians who participate are participating in paganism? Actually, no. For starters, the best historical evidence shows that Halloween, which means All Hallows Eve, developed mainly from European Christian traditions, stemming from honoring dead Christian saints on All Saints' Day, November 1st. But over time, it's morphed mostly into a commercial holiday. For much
So that's the story we often hear, right? Now, it's first of all, I just want to see how weird it is, like
historical
what he
evidence
was
shows
just
that
saying.
in paganism, in origins, and therefore Christians aren't doing any of that. But
So first of all, before I comment about what he just said, listen to the way he talks here, right? It doesn't it sound like I never heard like it sounds so fake and weird. Like
Tim, doesn't Halloween have pagan origins and therefore Christians who participate are participating in paganism? Actually, no. For starters, the best historical evidence shows that Halloween, which means All Hallows Eve, developed mainly from European Christian traditions, stemming from honoring dead Christian saints on All Saints' Day, November 1st.
that's like an oversimplification. Okay. I think that there was obviously this All Saints Day thing. That's true. But it's weird how it turned into this thing of like these demonic things and stuff. And it's weird how it's like and the timing of it being so closely timed to Sam Hain and all that stuff is it's all just very weird. And I think there's more to this story. You do often hear this kind of thing from liberal Christians that will talk about this, but I don't think that's the whole story.
But over time, it's morphed mostly into a commercial holiday. For much more on this, you need to check out Inspiring Philosophy's short video titled Why Halloween is Not Pagan. But even if Halloween had pagan origins,
Wait,
that
what?
was a commercial
video?
holiday. For much more on this, you need to check out Inspiring Philosophy's short video titled Why Halloween is Not Pagan. But
Oh, Inspiring Philosophy. That'll be good. Another of these liberals. Yeah, I know. I wonder if I don't know how bad it is, man, but it sounds like it probably is pretty bad. Practically everything in the world, television. Yeah, that's true. Like look, this is the thing. We live in a pagan society. This society is not Christian. It is pagan, and people will say, no, it's atheist or something, but no, it's pagan. It's literally pagan. That's why there's so much paganism everywhere. Even if you think about it, like the way the academy is all like Platonic thought and Aristotelian and Socratic thought and stuff. That's like a pagan philosophy, and that's the basis of practically all the higher learning that we do in the West, or even basically all over the world now. So there's a lot of paganism.
you need to check out Inspiring Philosophy's short video titled Why Halloween is Not Pagan. But even if Halloween had pagan origins, that wouldn't mean dressing like Ariel and asking for candy is participating in paganism. Paul made
That's
this
true.
clear in first.
That's true. Even if it did have a pagan origin, that wouldn't mean that dressing up as Ariel and going out and getting candy is participating in paganism. That is true. What he just said. Let's hear what else he says.
Asking for candy is participating in paganism. Paul made this clear in 1 Corinthians 8. There were Christians who thought eating meat that was sacrificed to pagan idols was participating in paganism. Interestingly, Paul says that eating a meat with pagan origins is not the same as participating in pagan worship. In a similar way, even if Halloween has pagan origin.
So okay, what he's saying there is from 1 Corinthians chapter 8. Paul talks about how if they go to one of the idol feasts, like the pagans would have these feasts, and they would sacrifice and they would eat together with their friends and family at the idol. So that's what they call the idol feasts, or we call them that. And so in First Corinthians chapter 8, he's talking to them about how they're supposed to deal with that. It was a very big part of the culture back then. So for the Corinthians, they had to deal with that in their daily lives, you know, like they would be at work, you know, let's say you're like a construction worker and you go to work and your boss is like, "Oh, hey, come to our idol feast tonight. We're having an idol feast," you know? And it's like, what are they supposed to do, right? So Paul was addressing that, and he was saying that, you know, you can eat the food if they sacrifice it to an idol. That's okay. But don't do it so in such a way that somebody else might see you doing it and then get a wrong impression or something, you know? But because that might stumble their walk, you know, if they're kind of weak in the faith. So that's what he was talking about in that.
Interestingly, Paul says that eating the meat with pagan origins is not the same as participating in pagan worship. In a similar way, even if Halloween has pagan origins, participating in Halloween is not the same thing as participating in the alleged pagan worship once associated with it. Third, he says when we put on a cute outfit, you're changing your identity for a night. No. The idea that dressing up for Halloween means changing your identity before God and inviting demons into our lives is ridiculous. For the believer,
Yeah, that's just foolish. That is truly foolish and weird. And the person he was looking at is another false teacher. Like, I think somebody was saying, Pickleball was saying that he's like some Isaiah Saldivar follower. So, you know, that's bad news.
and inviting demons into our lives is ridiculous. For the believer, our identity is found in Christ. You have the Holy Spirit living within you. The Holy Spirit doesn't leave because you put on an Ariel costume and went to your neighbors asking for candy. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Fourth, he says instead of celebrating Halloween, we should be going out on Halloween to be a light. This is where I agree. But it doesn't have to be an either or. It can be a both and. Halloween is an opportunity to be a light in your neighborhood, not hide in the basement with the lights out. This is the one night of the year where your neighbors are coming to your house. Why not be intentional about getting to know them and building relationships?
Yeah, that's true. This what he's saying here is true too. Like, if you could give out candy on Halloween and talk to people about the gospel, you know, you could give them some candy, give them a gospel tract. Or you could just have a little conversation. Maybe the kids come with their parents and you could say, "Here, kid, have the candy. Hey, parents, can I talk to you about Jesus Christ?" You could do that. That would be a good idea. That would be a good use of that opportunity. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Because it's from those meaningful relationships where you will have increased opportunity to speak the truth. And if you feel bold, you could share the gospel or a gospel tract. So, should Christians participate in Halloween? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's about your heart and your intentions. Don't violate your convictions, and please don't throw Christians who disagree with you under the bus. Thanks for watching till the end.
Okay, so all right, I don't know. There's some of the stuff I agree with this guy, but I just don't like his style. He's weird. And he's very commercial. Does Jesus have a God? Reporting to common Muslim things. Bobby Lee calls Jesus' teaching insane. Here's why he's wrong. Bobby Lee, the most degenerate. These comedians, man, these comedians are degenerate, man. They're seriously. I think that whole industry needs to just fall off the face of the earth. Let's watch what? This one about Bobby Lee? To be fair, some pagan religions would put on masks which represented idols or gods. Yeah, of course, that's true. You take on the personality. That's true too. That's true. That doesn't mean that just putting on a Halloween costume means you're doing that though. Let's watch. Not that weird costume stuff though. Why? Let's watch it. Let's watch what? Which one? The Bobby Lee one? All right, let's watch this Bobby Lee business.
According to you, even with my belief in God, I'm not going to heaven
Why?
because Jesus Christ isn't my Lord and Savior,
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, you're out.
which is insane.
Which is insane.
It's so insane. We'll talk about it some other time.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
It's not a pill that I will ever swallow. It doesn't even exist.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
This short conversation between Bobby Lee and George Janko highlights a common confusion about why Jesus is the only way to be saved. Bobby says the idea that Jesus is the only way to be saved is insane. And I think I know why. Whether he realized it or not, he's treating faith in Jesus for salvation as if it's like choosing your favorite ice cream flavor. It's just a matter of personal.
Who talks like this? Who talks like this? He's using faith in Jesus. Listen to what this person talks like. One of those like, I don't know how to describe this. This is so weird.
Bobby says the idea that Jesus is the only way to be saved is insane. And I think I know why. Whether he realized it or not, he's treating faith in Jesus for salvation as if it's like choosing your favorite ice cream flavor. It's just a matter of personal preference. Just as some prefer chocolate while others prefer vanilla, some people prefer to
Just as some prefer chocolate, while others prefer like I don't know. Do real people talk like this? This is bizarre, dude. This is like he sounds like one of these like I don't know how to like describe this. It's so commercial and weird. It's so
for
fake.
salvation as if it's like choosing your favorite ice cream flavor. It's just a matter of personal preference. Just as some prefer
Bobby Lee here. Look what Pace said. Bobby Lee here displays the perfect example of how people who resist believing in Jesus do truly want to go to hell. Yeah, it's like they certainly don't want to go be with God, right? They don't love God. They don't love Jesus. And so when they're in hell, honestly, I don't think they're gonna want to come to heaven. Yeah, that's what she said too. Yeah, the flat bill hat, hate it, don't like that at all. I know, it's so crazy. I know it sounds like AI. Even the way he talks sounds like AI, dude. It's so weird the way this guy talks, man.
whether he realized it or not, he's treating faith in Jesus for salvation as if it's like choosing your favorite ice cream flavor. It's just a matter of personal preference. Just as some prefer
No,
chocolate.
no.
while
I'm
others
not saying.
prefer
Yeah, I'm
vanilla,
not saying he's.
some
I'm not
people
saying he's doing like that flamboyant gay thing. I don't think he sounds like he's gay. He's talking like he talks like a real life AI though. Or he almost remember that one we were looking at before. Remember that woman who was doing that weird stuff with the with Joseph Campbell. It sounds like this guy talks like her. You know, he talks like this is how she would talk. So weird.
in Jesus for salvation as if it's like choosing your favorite ice cream flavor. It's just a matter of personal preference. Just as some prefer chocolate while others prefer vanilla, some people prefer to get to God through Jesus while others prefer a totally different path. Here's the mistake. While ice cream is merely about personal preference, salvation is about a very particular problem that requires a very specific solution. Maybe an illustration will help. Imagine Bobby has type 1 juvenile diabetes. For him, insulin is literally a matter of life and death. If he doesn't take insulin, he'll die. Now ask yourself this question. Is it insane for George to say that insulin is the only way to keep Bobby alive? No, of course not. That's because it's just a truth of the matter. Now, you may not believe that Jesus has the power to save. Fair enough. But please at least try to understand
true.
the kind
That's
of
true.
claim that George and others
That's
are
true. They put a voice on. It's almost like one of those AI voices. They purposely do it. And you're right. Revealing Truth does the same thing. It's so bizarre. They sound like, or you know, those people that do announcements on like commercials and stuff. Like those kind of people. Like it's like maybe he got trained that way or something. I don't know. Like the people get trained to talk a certain way and stuff. I don't know.
truth of the matter. Now, you may not believe that Jesus has the power to save. Fair enough. But please at least try to understand the kind of claim that George and others are making. Truth by its very nature is exclusive. 2 plus 2 equals 4, not 5 or 3. Is that exclusive? You bet. But that's just how reality works. Math is exclusive, insulin is exclusive, and the truth about salvation is no different. Jesus himself says, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus' disciples agree. Peter tells a group of Jewish leaders who already believe in God, by the way, that there is salvation in no one else, for there is no
I don't know. Okay, like yeah, we all know this, man. I don't know why this guy's trying to like. The thing is, I mean, I wish George, or maybe he did, but I wish George had kind of pushed Bobby a little bit on that and tried to get more into it because, okay, yeah, Bobby thinks it's crazy, but you really have to find out why he thinks it's crazy. You know, and this guy's just going straight to the idea that Bobby just thinks there's many paths to God. Well, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. If you mistakenly think that salvation is like ice cream, then the claim that Jesus is the only way is going to sound like a power play. And frankly, it's going to sound insane. However, when you rightly understand salvation through Jesus as a cure for sin, then you're going to see it for what it is, a rescue mission. Just
Okay. So now he's saying that, I guess what he's saying is that Bobby must think of it in that way. Like it's some kind of way, like where there's many ways to God. And so the idea that there's only one way sounds like a power play. I guess that's what he's trying to say. I don't know. This is weird.
it says insulin saves lives, Jesus saves souls. And that's not insane. That's good news.
Yeah, put your pen in your cup. What is the pen in the cup thing? What's that? Is that a thing? Weird, dude. This guy's weird.
Okay. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Studying the Bible with Mike Sampat. These other YouTubers are just so trash. Hit the thumbs up if you wanna support. Go follow Mike as he follows the Lord. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 You better watch out, Mike's calling out the shills. If you're not free grace, you need to sit down and chill. We're not hyper grace, you know we keep it real. Eternally secure, you know that we're sealed. We don't back low, we're not workspace heretics. Mike's not in it for the money, trying to get a lick. They out here selling their souls for a couple clicks. Becoming Freemasons so they can't just get rich. I'm studying the Bible in Toronto. 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 Shout out to Mike Sampat. Check out his channel, Toronto Bible Study. Subscribe and like.